Welcome back. Well, our next guest, Glenn Kopanski, has become a voice for those who have been diagnosed with AIDS.
His 30-year battle with this disease began when he was given a tainted blood transfusion during a tonsillectomy while serving in the U.S. Navy.
Well, for some, this diagnosis would have been more than they could bear, but for Glenn, it has become a mission to educate, especially younger generations, about the devastation the AIDS virus has and still has. Welcome back to the broadcast, Glenn Kopanski. Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for being here.
Glenn, for people who are not familiar with your story, share it with us, how you contracted the AIDS virus and then everything since then.
Well, 1983, I got a blood transfusion after surgery and after serving in Lebanon. And
it was a routine just tonsillectomy, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they nicked an artery during the surgery. I had to have 5 units of blood, and unfortunately my blood was tainted with HIV and hepatitis C, double tainted blood. And told I would die in 6 months. There was no medicine in '83, so I'm one of the founding fathers of this, going on 31 years.
Oh my gosh, Glenn, did you see the Dallas Buyers Club and see a relation with that? I'm sure.
Yeah, Magic Johnson and I are very much in contact, and he respects my education program in Frisco that I've been doing for 10 years.
Now, since '83, you've kind of had a wild ride. You were sharing with us a little bit in the break. You were in a coma. You were paralyzed. You've since taught yourself how to walk again. You've really become a champion for overcoming battle after battle after battle. What would you attribute that to?
You know, both my parents were in the United States Navy as well, and I think that I grew up in a different way than most civilians do. So I was a military family, and I loved the military as well. But you know, I'm a self-determined kind of guy, you know, and I'm determined to make a difference in the country and be a spokesman for this. I'm one of the longest living people in the United States now, if not the longest that we know of.
What are your battles that you're dealing with still?
Oh, it's a daily thing. Just in August of last year, my kidneys were poisoned from overdosing me with medicine. I take 66 pills a day, chemotherapy every day, and injections. Total cost over
every day?
Every day, 66 pills a day. And, you know, and the cost is over $100,000 a year. So that's why I'm trying to educate kids so they don't get caught with this virus and the cost to it and all that. But last August, I almost died. My family was called in to Centennial in Frisco, and I was on my deathbed. My kidneys had been poisoned. I was on dialysis for 3.5 months. Somehow the kidneys healed, and I was taken off dialysis. Sadly, while I was in ICU for 3 weeks in August, my father passed away here in South Lake. And I just got back from Washington last week, burying him in Arlington National Cemetery with my mother. So it was a very tragic situation. But
Glenn, what's amazing about you is you've taken all of these stories and you use them to work as an AIDS activist, speaking to kids and speaking to them. You've turned this struggle into hope for other people. And so you go to schools and you educate kids. Kind of give us like a brief synopsis about what you talk to these kids about.
I give them a little bit of my military history, my family history, and I tell them who I am, where I came from. And I want them to understand that I'm just like them and they're just like me, you know. And I go over my medicine with them. I show them my meds. I tell them the cost. I tell them what the virus has done to me potentially. I've been retired from the Navy for 19 years now. I did my full 20 years. Joined in 1975, retired in '95. I have not worked a day since because of HIV, and yet I feel I could have been an asset to a company. But yet, just because I have AIDS, I'm a nobody,
and I think
it's real sad.
People are surprised that it's still such a problem.
It is.
Know, and we were talking about it so much in the '80s and the early '90s, and we don't talk about it as much now. Why is that?
Yeah, why? Yeah.
Because they think it's a manageable disease, but tell that to all my medicine and the things I go through on a daily basis. That's not manageable. And that's why I'm trying to save kids' lives. And I've educated over 100,000 kids so far in 10 years of teaching in the schools. And I'm going to determine to do this to the day I die. I did it last August on my 56th birthday, and spoke at one of the Frisco schools only days after being out of the hospital of poisoned kidneys and on dialysis. So that's how determined I am to helping
clearly someone
kids.
Upstairs wants you to continue to share this message. If you had a wish when it comes to spreading this message, what would that be? Like a be-all, end-all way to share this message?
Well, we're doing a movie on me right now, and in Metroplex, and we need donations, but I'm not going to do that on the air. Also, you know, I feel I have an asset to give back, and I really feel as though I can change things. You know,
Glenn, and your spirit, it touches me that you have taken something that has been such a struggle in your life and continues to be a daily struggle for you, but you're not going to let it down, and you're going to encourage young kids, and you're going to use your voice as a way to motivate people and encourage other people and educate children. And I think that makes you just such an incredible
That's
human.
how we can beat this virus. Is to start in the 8th grade, which I do. And once we talk to the 8th graders, we can stop this virus. We don't need a cure. We just need to educate. And I want to get on Ellen. I want to get on one of these shows and just spread this nationwide.
Okay, all right.
So,
You want to get on Ellen? I'll tell you what we're going to do.
That. We're going to figure out how to do that.
This is what we're going to do. And I know that you didn't want to, you know, ask for donations for the film, but I think it's such an important thing, and people really need to be made aware of it. So we want to let you know how to get in contact with Glenn if you're interested in donating for the film. And then we also want you to tweet Ellen, you know, maybe tweet her and Facebook message her and email her and get in touch with the show, and let's get you on the Ellen Show as well. Okay, you can get in touch with Glenn by emailing him at glenn.kopanski. It's K-O-P, sorry, A-N-S-K-I at sbcglobal.net, and schedule him to come to your son or daughter's school to deliver his program about AIDS awareness. It is such an uplifting message that you give to these kids. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Glenn. Okay, next we are sitting down for a frank discussion on Obamacare and what it really means for you and your doctor. Stay tuned for that.